there anyone who would like to join me for a story this morning? Well, you made it just in time. I think it's really nice that you all have decided to sit on the Presbyterian side. But this story is going to look really good from the front because of the props that I have this morning. So you might want to sit on the stairs so that you can see them better. Yeah. So this story this morning, it could have happened a really long time ago, or it could have happened yesterday, or it might happen next year. It's one of those kind of stories. Do you? Well, let's see what happens here. And this story, because it could have happened anytime and anywhere, you think it's an everything story? Well, let's see what happens. So this piece of cloth tells us that it could be anywhere, anytime. That's what this is meant to do. And this is a story about a very simple table. A very plain table that became something amazing. And this is a story about a young girl named Sarah. Is there a Sarah in your class? Who was also a very ordinary little girl. And she lived in a very ordinary little house. Sarah, when this story begins, was feeling lonely, and she was kind of sad. Have you ever felt sad? Sometimes it happens, doesn't it? Well, she was feeling sad this particular day. And as she was standing there all alone, all of a sudden she heard this voice, and the voice said, "You look sad, Sarah. Are you okay?" Well, Sarah didn't know where the voice was coming from, and she looked all around the house, and she couldn't find anyone there. And she finally said, "Who's talking to me?" And the voice said, "I'm right here in front of you." Sarah realized it was the table talking to her. "But tables can't talk," Sarah said. And the table said, "Of course tables can talk. People just don't take the time to listen." "Why are you sad, Sarah?" And Sarah said, "I guess I'm just lonely. Nothing to do, no one to talk with, no one to play with." And the table said, "Well, I'll talk to you, Sarah." And Sarah said, "Well, okay. How are you, table?" And the table said, "Well, actually, I'm a little sad too, and lonely. I like to be used. I like to be sat around. But I have been just a plain table for a long time." And Sarah said, "I can't believe I'm talking to a table, but I have an idea. Table, let's dress you up. Let's make you into a beautiful banquet table. And the table said, oh, would you do that for me? I'm so excited. And so Sarah thought, what do we need? I know, she said, and she went into another room, and she said, we need a beautiful tablecloth. And the table said, oh, I love wearing fancy clothes. And then Sarah thought some more. She said, I know, we need pretty candles for the center of the table. And so she went out and she got some candles for the table. Oh, yes, said the table, a little elegance. And then Sarah said, and we need beautiful place settings. And the table kind of scrunched its eyebrows and said, what's a place setting? And Sarah said, you know, a plate and a fork and a knife and a spoon and a napkin. And so they went onto the table. And then the table said, well, since we have our place settings, we better have something good to eat. So Sarah went into the kitchen, and she was gone for a bit of time, but she came out with finger foods. Don't they look yummy? All kinds of really neat foods. And the table said, looks good enough to eat. And then Sarah said, we need something to go with this. And the table, and she said, I know, I'll get something for us to drink. And so she got a pitcher of lemonade. And the table said, don't forget the glasses, we need big ones. And pretty soon, there were glasses. And then Sarah suddenly said, table, can you smell that? And the table sniffed the air. That smells really good. And Sarah came back again with fresh baked bread. And the table said, there's nothing like the smell of fresh baked bread. Wow, what a table. And then the table said, there's just one thing missing. And Sarah said, dessert! But she'd already thought about that. And out came the dessert. Cupcakes. And sundaes. Well, Sarah and the table were feeling quite pleased with themselves. And then Sarah said, there's still one thing missing. And the table said, and I know what it is. Come on in, everyone! And all of a sudden, all of Sarah's friends and family started showing up and gathering around the table. Oh dear, 5 people in 4 settings. What are we going to do? And don't forget, the table has to eat. All of the friends arrived as if by magic, and they all gathered around this beautiful table. And Sarah was full of joy, and the table was full of joy. Everyone was full of joy as they ate and talked and laughed together. I wonder what it would be like to talk to a table.
I think it would be weird.
Think it would be weird? I wonder how it would feel to be a friend of Sarah's at this table. You think that would be weird too?
Having a table right in front of you that can talk.
I wonder what kind of food you would like to have on your table.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti,
Chicken.
chicken, pickles, sweet or sour pickles.
Tomatoes.
Bacon, did you say?
Candles.
Yeah, bacon should be on every table. A tablecloth, candles, cupcakes, chocolate chip cookies. I know it just goes on and on, doesn't it? And I wonder who you might invite to your table. I wonder who that might be. Friends? Family?
Maybe you could have a birthday party.
Maybe you could. Well, that's the story for today. And you know, I have a feeling that you're going to be doing something that's kind of related to food in children's church this morning. So we're going to sing a song. What number is it, Elaine? 47 in Voice United. Still, still, still. And while we're singing, you're welcome to go off to children's church.